Hey everyone, I'm Taro Maeno and welcome to the first episode of Dumpling or Die. Buckle in. No, really, bring me some whiskey. Today, we're gonna be going over how to make a staple in Japanese society, the gyoza. So, let's start by going over what you'll need.
You'll need a ½ pound of ground pork, some store-bought Gyoza Skins, 1 teaspoon each of fresh grated ginger and fresh grated garlic, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, a bundle of fresh green onions, 1 teaspoon each of white pepper, sugar, and cornstarch, 1 cup of Napa cabbage, finely shredded, a splash of sake. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of good quality soy sauce.
So in a large bowl, let's mix the cabbage, some garlic and ginger with some sesame oil, some white pepper, sugar, and cornstarch. And we're gonna need to cut these bad boys up. All right, so then we're just gonna get in here, mix everything up. All the delicious texture from the cabbage and the onions are gonna get in there and mix with the pork, really solidify it. And that cornstarch is kind of gonna hold everything together. All right, so now we have a nice base for our dumpling filling. So we're gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to kind of combine all the flavors together. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons. All right. So now that we have the soy sauce and everything in there, we're gonna put this in the fridge to chill for about 10 minutes before we start rolling it into the dumplings. So after about 10 minutes, the dumpling filling is gonna be ready and good to go for our delicious gyoza. Today we're gonna be using store-bought Gyoza Skins, which you can buy at your local Asian grocery store and even Publix. Today we're gonna learn a pretty basic and simple fold that'll get you eating delicious dumplings as soon as possible. All right, so let's prep the area before we start rolling. So you'll need a little bit of cornstarch, a little bowl of water for sealing the edges of the gyoza, your mix, and your dumpling skin. So we're gonna do a little bit of an assembly line. So first off, we're going to take a little bit of cornstarch and dust our storage area. What that's gonna do is it's gonna keep the gyoza from sticking. All right, and then we're gonna add just a little bit to our water. What that's gonna do is gonna make a little bit of a cornstarch slurry, and that's gonna give you a little bit more of a tighter seal, and it's also going to help a little bit with the cooking process.
First, wet your finger in that cornstarch slurry, and then wet the edge of half of the Gyoza skin. Take about a spoonful of that delicious dumpling mix, placing in the middle of that skin. Now you're gonna fold that skin over and start folding the edges into a pleat. Repeat that pleat until the dumpling is completely sealed, and then, boom, tasty gyoza.
So you might be thinking, where do these delicious, tasty treats come from? Well, the modern gyoza is definitely from Japan. However, its roots come from China. There's actually a myth regarding the deliciousness of the crisp bottom and the soft top. They say that a Chinese chef fell asleep while he was making some dumplings, and all of the water boiled out of his pot, thus burning the bottom, but also making it deliciously crispy. So little did we know that this chef would go and be... I'm all flustery in front of the f***ing camera. So one lucky mistake has left the world with a deliciously tasty treat. Or whatever. Gonna focus on these delicious dumplings. Now that we have these delicious gyoza rolled and ready, it's time to start cooking. You're gonna need a pot with a lid. Go ahead and start heating that up. A little cornstarch slurry, some sesame oil, and your gyoza. So now that we have our gyoza done, we're gonna prep the pan a little bit with a little bit of sesame oil. Let that heat up for just a second. And we're gonna start taking our gyoza, making sure that we have a little bit of sesame oil on the bottom. And this is where that cornstarch comes into play, because it's gonna fry up the bottoms really nice. Ooh, I can hear them sizzle. Now, one thing that's different about our Chinese cousins, the gyatsu, the skin is usually a little thicker for the dumpling. The Japanese skin is a little more translucent and a little thinner. You're gonna wanna go a little medium to high heat here. You're gonna get those bottoms nice and crisp, but we don't wanna burn them. So So now we're gonna let the gyoza crisp on the bottom just a little bit before we add a cornstarch slurry. Now this is 2.5 ounces of water with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. What it's gonna do is it's gonna create a nice little skin around the bottom of all the gyoza. To do this, we can check to see how the gyoza are crisping up. So we're gonna add our cornstarch slurry. We're gonna add our lid. We're gonna cook for about 5 to 6 minutes or until all the water has evaporated. So we're at medium heat right now because we don't want to burn the bottom, and we're just steaming all that raw pork. So it's gonna be really tasty in just a second. So these guys have steamed and cooked for about 5 to 6 minutes. All the water has evaporated and we started to get a nice crisp bottom. So, oh my goodness. Look at these bad boys. So we're gonna take a plate, we're gonna put it over the top. Be careful not to burn your hands. And then, oh, boom. And we have some delicious gyoza, homemade, just for you to dive in because they tasty. Tasty cakes. So the fruits of your labor, these look absolutely delicious. So we're gonna have to dive in here and get one. So I love the crispy little bits, and that cornstarch slurry really came out on all of the connective tissue there, which is a weird thing to say, but if this is what connective tissue tastes like, then count me in. So I've got a little bit of soy sauce, vinegar, and chili oil right here, and we're just gonna dip it. A little more traditional dipping sauce here you'll find at most Japanese izakaya. I'm gonna need to get another one of those. I'm having a moment, guys. You guys should try this recipe out. Don't be afraid to stray from it. Make it your own. The great thing about dumplings is you can put literally anything in, well, almost anything in them. So if you try this recipe, send me a photo. If you try a different recipe, send me a photo. I just want pictures of dumplings because that sounds great. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. We'll be bringing you some more dumpling videos. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. You guys can find out for yourself how delicious these bad boys are. I'm Taro Maeno, and this has been Dumpling or Die. Bye. No.